All right, Village of Shelby, here's your promised property tax presentation. I promised this a couple recordings ago when I was going over the budget. And if you didn't see that video, I encourage you to go back into the the Shelby Village YouTube station and take a look at that. I summarized the just approved budget. But I wanted to go over our property tax revenue and just kind of a little background with that. Maybe you'll learn something with this video. This is a presentation. This is part of the presentation. This slide right here was included, and this has the property tax values, the property tax revenues over the last 10 years. As you can see, in fiscal year 17-18, we were at $280,000, and this is operational increase revenue. And for this current fiscal year that we're in, we're projecting about $455,000 in tax revenues. And on the, over here on this side, you can see the percent increases with the orangish yellow line there, year over year. Now, so as you can see, the village keep charging us more taxes. I've heard that from many people, and from this screen, it sure looks like it. And we are receiving more revenues. So that's a correct statement as far as that the property tax revenues keep going up. What's the caveat to that is, the no part is, the tax bills are increasing because property values are increasing, not because the tax rate has increased. It has actually declined. So there's a distinction there. I think it's important to point that out for the taxpayers. And the reason is because there's state laws that dictate the tax rate. The Headley Amendment from 1978 says that voters have to approve any tax rate hike in the county, the township, the village, what have you. It has to go before the voters, not at the state level, but it does at the well, maybe it does at the state level, but I don't think so. At the local level, it does. And if the assessed value of a local tax unit's total taxable property increases by more than the inflation rate, the maximum property tax millage must be reduced so that the local unit's total taxable property yields the same gross revenue, adjusted for inflation. Well, what does that mean? I'll demonstrate that actually in a couple slides. And then Proposal A of 1994 limits the increases in taxable value on any property. So it can't, the taxable value, which is what you're actually taxed on, cannot go above 5% or the rate of inflation, whichever is lesser. So if inflation is 2%, it's a 2% increase in property taxes. If it's higher than 5%, then it's a 5% increase in taxable value, which obviously impacts the taxable, the amount of taxes that are paid. And Proposal A also uncaps tax capture for property sold. So if you own a house for 30 years, your taxes might be here. You buy a new house, that property becomes uncapped, and it might be way up here. And that's part of Proposal A. So back to this slide, the village keeps charging us more taxes. Why do these revenues keep going up? Well, the answer is what I've already shown you, that the property values are going up, or the revenues are going up. That's because the property values, houses have increased so much in value, and the property with it, because of COVID, because of the cost of building materials, the housing shortage that we have. There's so many reasons that are included in this. The inflation rate just keeps, has shot up quite a bit over the last few years. So that's a big reason for the taxable values increasing so much over the years. So now to demonstrate, I got this slide here. So taxing entities, for those who own property in the Village of Shelby, are the county, it collects taxes from you, the township, the library, the West Shore ESD, and Shelby schools. And then we as a village also collect taxes. That's the general operating taxes and local streets. So this demonstrates the Headley Amendment, that confusing second point. So this is the illustration too that shows that the actual tax rates in the Village of Shelby have decreased. In 2020, the tax rate was 11.0567. In 2025, it's almost 1 point smaller at 10.19. And then local streets has reduced by 0.35, 35 hundredths of a point as well. So that's, as you can see, the tax rates have actually decreased based on the Headley Amendment. Here's an illustration in graph form that the millage rates have actually decreased. So the reason for me wanting to present this to you is for informational purposes and just to make sure that people that you understand and know kind of that the tax revenues are going up, your taxes are going up, but the reasons behind why that is, that the village council or the village is not increasing your taxes. It's really your tax rate anyway. It's really the value of your property that's been increasing, the inflation rate, all these other variables. So I hope this has helped a little bit, if a lot. And thanks for listening. So it's my town, it's your town, it's Shelby.